Ho, welcome to DTR Division 3 in the pissing rain. We love it in Div 3. We love a bit of wet weather. I wonder if it's going to rain in the race. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell me. So I should have to guess or hope the drivers tell me. Anyway, welcome to DTR. We're in Austria. We got rain. And we have... Oh, it's Inter's weather, is it? Oh yeah, we've got an interesting race today. Unfortunately, I missed a race or two. So I'll go through the championship, just if not to get you up to speed, to get me up to speed with it. But yeah, what I do know is Ill Vision seems to be absolutely storming the league, as Berserk is the first out of the pits. We'll watch him roll round on his outlap, and then he can take us around Austria. So yeah, Ill Vision got a comfortable lead. Brandon was, I don't know, I heard he might have had some internet problems last week, but he DNF'd either way, and Berserk runs a bit wide. Oh, is he trying to warm his tyres up? There's not much traction out of that corner, but I think he's a long way down there. Yeah, I think Brandon had some internet problems. It's put him quite a way back, and actually I think Nell might have leapfrogged him in the championship. And all three of them are here today. So plenty to race for. Got the AlphaTauri boys who raced in Division 2 last night. Did alright. Came in the midfield. See how they get on. But Berserk is just coming round the last corner, runs a bit wide. And here we go. So let's jump on board then. We'll follow him round the lap. Let's go around Austria in the rain. Get to about 100 metres. Stamp on the brake. Let the car roll through. Obviously a lot slower in the wet. Foot flat to the floor. Long straight with a couple of kinks in it. Don't think you really call them corners. But again, about 100 metres, start braking, try and take as much of that apex as you can. Run a little bit wide there, and to be honest, I don't know how to take that corner, so I'm not going to tell you how. I am awful at this track. And then you come downhill, again, just about 100 metres, flick the car in, keep off the accelerator until you turn, and Bob has spun, and he's out already, out of the pit lane by the look of it. And we're coming round into the middle of sector 2, so a long left-hander, you have to let the car just roll round there, make sure you slow it in on entry. And again, that's just to lift off the throttle, that section, and now you're flat down to the last two quick corners, so it's a little tap on the brakes, flick it in, straighten it up, little tap on the brake, flick it in, and away you go. And we're coming over the line. So Berserk's going to set the first time of the day. It's a 1:13.1. Have no idea what a good time is going to be because we are in the rain. But we've got Goona. We've got a couple of other cars coming across the line. But let's watch Goona around the last two. And Jordan puts in a 1:12.1, so it's a full second quicker. And Evan is a 1:12.3. So not the best lap from Berserk then by the look of it. But Goona comes across. He's a wet weather specialist, but he's not on provisional pole yet. It's 12.3, but don't rule him out. Sunken Shadow also comes across the line with a 1:14. Mikey on his way over goes into 4 with a 12.7. Look at that nerdy. Ooh, is he a wet weather specialist with a 12.0? Good work from him. First season in Division 3 as the Catsis is now out. Looks like he's lost it around the last bend. Who else has been at Ill Vision? Let's have a look at him because he is leading the championship. So yeah, Nerdy's first season in Division 3 and has been very impressive actually. He's given himself a chance of points finishes every time I've watched him anyway. Not sure where he is, but we'll look at him in the standings. We'll get a bit of an update. Hackett, I think this just snuck in there with a 12.9. And Reliot's in there with a 13.1. We'll want to improve on that. But again, strategy's going to play a big part of this. As an 11.8 goes in from Evan, that's a cracking lap. And the track should ease in. I mean, it's still raining, but it should start to get a little bit of a drier line, and that should help you go a bit faster. But Ill Vision, where's he going to do? He's not pole, it's a 12.3, so he's got some work to do if he wants to take pole. Waz is just coming down onto the second straight. Let's get off board and watch the cars a little bit more. So he twists his way around the middle of sector 2. And again, just got to try and keep the car balanced through there. A little bit of braking, let it roll through and keep it tight to the apex, and then wait to accelerate out. As we've got a Ferrari that looks a bit abandoned at turn 2. Is it Berserk maybe? It might be Evan actually, because he just put the lap in, didn't he? Anyway, Wazza coming around the last corner, and he's going to come over the line. Can he nick pole for now? He can't. He's already in the 113. So it's a 113.6. Someone's just snuck in there. Is it XV? Maybe? We'll jump on with Nell Boy. I think XV's with a 12.4. If it wasn't him, he's posted that anyway. And a Chris Bridden with a 12.7. Brandon only a 12.9 so far. And Bog has put in a 14.1. Remember, Bobspun, Lakatsis, they are out. And they are very likely to be starting in 18th and 19th once Nell completes this lap, as we've got looks like an Alpine slowing down on the main straight. Is that just to get out of the way, or? Looks a bit more than that. Wouldn't go that slow normally. But anyway, Nell coming around the final 2 corners, and that looked pretty perfect in the rain. And again, takes all the apex there, straightens it up, floors it. What will it be? It's a 13.6. He's definitely going to want to improve on that, especially if he wants to improve his championship chances. Who else have we got out? Brandon. Looks like he's just started a lap, so let's get on with him. And this is corner 2. Is that how you take the corner? That looked pretty good. But again, I still couldn't tell you, but it looked good from my point of view. Aston Martin getting out of the way as he makes his way down the hill. Chucks it into the right-hander, uses a bit of curb. Nice and wide on exit, keeping as much momentum as possible. Now he's going to slide his way through the middle of sector 2 with cars in front of him. Again, he's done well to keep that onto the apex, floors it at the right time. And again, get close to apex, don't touch it. If you touch it, you're probably going to spin. Really unsettles the car, especially if you touch it with the front axle. Get it out to the left, flick it back into the right. As Evan puts in a 17.7, so he improves. What's Brandon going to do? This looks pretty quick, and he's used all the track from what I've seen. It's not going to be pole, it's a 12.2. It is an improvement, he's 4th. So, again, he's going to want to see more as we just jump on with Hackett, who goes a bit wide. Let's go with Reliot. I think he's just about to start a hot lap, so as he comes round now... ZRS is flashing. Is he about to turn that off? He should be turning it off. Oh, idiot. It's raining. Of course the light's going to be on. What are you talking about? Anyway, Reliot, what you got? Good. Cuts the curb nicely. Keeps the car balanced. Puts his foot down. He's on the way down the first straight. Or the second, if you're including the pit stop as the first. Who knows? Anyway, brake at 100 metres, get the car turned in, clip the apex, which he does nicely, gets the car straightened, again, floors it out, uses the gear changes to keep traction, takes the shortest line across the track, get it back over to the left-hand side, turn it in, nice and patient, just works the car back to the right-hand side, ready to open up this next left-hand corner. Again, very neat through there. Again, just get into that white paintwork, it's perfect. Now it's about flooring it as quickly as you can. Can he improve? So 12.4 for him to beat. It's got to be about 8/10 improvement to go pole. I think he's going to be around about where Brandon is. He's going to be better than Brandon. He's in second, 12.0. Good effort from Reliot, and glad we jumped on board with that. What about Chris? Let's give him a bit of airtime. What's he up to? He's not on a lap, I don't think. We'll see if he goes round again. What about Mikey? Coming through sector 2. Is using ERS. He's got some yellow flags of the Ferrari in front. Did it spook him? Reaps. Ooh, disqualified. Ooh. I think that was Reaps actually that we were watching there. Interesting. Anyway, Nell Boy. He's only up by, well, half a tenth. Oh, and he's just invalidated. So I wonder if he'll go again. Probably got just about enough ERS to have another go. Sunken Shadow on the way into the pits. Bob has invalidated. Jordan is not on a lap. Reliot is on his way in. Nerdy improving 2/10, but he's invalidated. See ya. What about Brandon? Says he's 2/10 down on his time, but I don't believe that for a second because we're only in sector 1. Seven minutes left of quali, so easily enough time, especially on this short track, to get another lap in. Might be able to sneak 2 in. Don't know if you'd be able to pit and get 2 in though. That'd be a bit of a tough one. So Brandon's on his way round. This doesn't look. Yeah, he's coming in. Doesn't look that quick. Ill Vision looks like he's starting a lap. Actually got to find he's got about 6/10 to get to pole. People moving out of his way. So while we wait for Ill Vision to come round, we'll watch him. But just a bit of a recap: Evan with an 11.7 provisional pole, Jordan 11.8. They're the only two in the 11s. And Chris has put a 12.0 and didn't see that come in, so great lap from him. Relic with the 12.0 is on board for that, and Nerdy with the 12.0 as well. Berserk with a 12.2, Brandon with a 12.2, Hackett with a 12.2, Illvision with a 12.3, Gooner with a 12.3. It's all very, very, very close out there. So Jordan now takes provisional pole. Wasn't on board with him for it, unfortunately, but Ill Vision comes round. Again, I don't think this is going to be enough for pole. It's an improvement just. Moves him up into 7th with a 12.2. Berserk coming around for another go. Chucks it into turn 1, clips a bit of the curb. Perfectly done. Dog looks like he improved to a 12.8, so good work from him. Nell's on a 12.6, but again, look at that. I mean, the field is separated by a second. Sunken Shadow is probably a little bit further back than that, unfortunately, but for most of the field to be split by a second, that's incredible, that. Just tiptoeing his way around here, Berserk. Could get a little bit more aggressive, but again, could be. Oh, is that a block? No, I don't think it was. Might have spooked him though. Yeah, it depends on the strategy for some of these drivers, because we're wet in quali. If it becomes a dry race, you're going to want to run a dry setup, thinking later into the race. But some people like to go, well, I'll go wet setup, because it'll get me further up the field and I can fight my way up there. But here comes Berserk, doesn't improve. Second down. What about Mikey? Are you on a lap? I think he's about to start one. I think they're going round for 2 warm-up laps. Here comes Nell. Doesn't look like an improvement, unless the screen's lying to me. But Gooner's in the 11s now. Waz is in the 11s. Nerdy's in the 11s. So people are making moves now, and I wonder if the track is just starting to become a little bit more predictable. What's Nell going to do? Oh, is he out of fuel? No? Oh, it sounded weird. It sounded like the engine cut out. Oh, he really chucked it around that last corner. Right, where's he going to be? It's not in the 11s. That's not an improvement. But I think he was actually holding off and doing what I was suggesting earlier. People doing 2 tyre warm-up laps. Is there anyone else worth jumping on board with quickly? What's Mikey doing? Is he on a lap? could be on a lap. Let's have a look. He comes around sector 2. He's had a very good start to the season from what I've seen. A couple of podiums. Could have had a race win if went for a couple of I think it was strategy. Can't 100% recall what happened. Might have been a safety car problem. Just he gets a bit understeer there, but that's just aquaplaning. But he's driven out, and here he comes, and he is an improvement. Puts him in 12th. I think that's about where he was. Brandon is not on a lap. Ill Vision is warm-up lap. Hackett looks like he's pushing. But what about Nell, actually? I was on board with Nell, wasn't I? 2 seconds up on his time. Is that true? I mean, yeah, it looks like it might be, but... Ah, yeah, look, he's starting again, so... Keeps faking me into looking like he's going. Hackett doesn't look like he's on a lap currently. Wazza... Yeah, he could be on a lap. He's got plenty of ERS. Everyone's spooking me by doing all these warm-up laps. Get on with it, boys. And girls. And girls. 6 drivers in the 111s. Chris on the edge of that with a 12-0. And again, the field is spread by about a second. Sunken Shadow's not coming back out, so I wonder if she's just given up a little bit. I'm not sure. Here comes Wazza round the final corner. This was not a hot lap. This is not going to improve his time. So he looks like he might have been doing 2 warm-up laps. Is Evan out here? He is, and he's improving. So let's see, because he has definitely got a shot at pole here. Ooh, nearly invalidates, but goes purple instead. He's about 10th up. That is enough for pole. So just keep it clean around these last 2 corners. Jordan is in the pit, which means he is not going to improve on that time. So can Evans steal it from him right at the end of the session? Gets a good cut on the last corner, and here he comes. It is going to be good enough. Oh no, he's missed out. What about Reliot? 2 tenths up. 2 tenths is enough. So can he hold it together? And Nerdy puts in an 11.4. That's an incredible lap. And I don't think Reliot's going to beat that. Unless he's got some time to find around here. He's going to have to get his foot down if he is. What a lap from Nerdy. Oh, and I'll tell you what, Reliot, if he's got a bit of time to gain in this 3rd sector, could trouble that. His teammate Gooner's about to come over the line. Can he do it? No, he can't. Doesn't improve. Waz has finished on an 11.9. And here comes Reliot. Can he snatch pole off Nerdy? No, he can't. It's 2nd. It's an 11.6. Still a great lap. Evan, is he on another hot lap? He's invalidated, so no. What about Hackett? On his way through sector 2. Oh, Vision, look, down in 11th. Got a lot of work to do in the race, and Hackett is improving. It's not enough for pole, but it's enough to propel him probably 2 places, maybe 3. Good last sector, and he'll be in the top 5. Oh, he's just washed out a little bit wide. Oh, Vision, I think, has just gone over the line. He gets to 10th. Come on in, Hackett, what have you got? Oh, not much of an improvement. It puts him in 7th. So that is going to be your order. Is Bog's about to come over? Any improvement? No, unfortunately not. So that is your order. Nerdy, congratulations on the pole. Incredible lap. 11.4. Reliot 2nd. 11.6. Good quality from him. Chris makes it into the top 3. Well done. 11.6. Jordan looking so strong for so long of that qualifying. 11.7 comes in 4th. Evan again looking really strong and ends up 5th. Gooner, king of the rain, sees himself down in 6th on 11.8. Hackett in 7th. Nellboy in 8th. Wazza in 9th. Ill Vision, our championship leader, in 10th. And we could do with him losing some points tonight to start bringing that championship a little bit closer. And I think Brandon is right up behind him. So watch that battle into turn 1. So I've said it once, I'll say it again. Congratulations, Nerdy Average Gamer. Quality effort from you, mate. And then just to carry on, Brandon 11th, Berserk 12th, Mikey 13th, XV 14th, Bog 15th, Sunken Shadow 16th, Bobspun, Lakatsis and Reaps do not set times and will have to work their way through the field. So it was a wet quali. Will it be a wet race? We'll find out in 10 seconds time, plus the loading screen. Ooh, I think the drivers are saying it's wet. Ooh, it's a dry start. You can see the clouds are about. So the teams will just be doing the final set of changes. In the game, you can make certain tweaks, not all, because part of Ferme is on, which means you can't adjust your whole setup. I think you can change your front wing, you can change your differential, and your tyre pressures. That's about it. So formation lap. We're going round. Oh, and the drivers they're driving it. I think we had broadcast on yesterday. But I wonder if that's because... I wonder if the bug's now been fixed. Very interesting. But there's rain in the air, and you can see that from some of these tyre choices, because the softs ain't going very long, let's be honest. But Nerdy at the front decides mediums. Reliot wants an early lead, softs. Chris Jordan mediums. Evan Guna softs. Hackett mediums. Nellboy softs. Wazza Illvision. Brandon mediums. Berserk strangely on the hards. Maybe thinks the rain's coming a bit later. Little Mikey and XV want to make up places on the softs, and you've got Bog, Sunken Shadow, Bobspun, the Cats is on mediums, Reaps on hards. Nerdy has disqualified himself, and this will be a test of whether the bug has fixed itself, because that was the whole problem. It disqualifies you from the race if you miss your box. So I really hope, for Nerdy's sake, the bug is fixed. But we are about to find out as they line up at Austria for a great race, a wet race, and this is I mean, it's a good camera angle, but can't really see what's going on. Let's jump on with Nerdy, shall we? As the lights are going on, yeah, still got a naff camera angle. The lights are on, they're now out, and Nerdy is away, but look at Reliot on the inside already, coming down to turn one. What a camera angle that is. Is that Guna? No, it's not. It's Chris that makes his way up into second. Nerdy getting bogged down already. It looks like Jordan is on his way past him. And we've got three side by side. That's Evan as well, looking like he's getting pushed off a little bit, but they're going to go at least too wide into this third corner. Reliot still in the lead. Nerdy has to take a bit of a cutting action there to avoid other cars, and it looks like most people have behaved themselves, as we've got Evan and Hackett challenging each other. Oh, look at this. who's that? Is that Gunnar on the inside? Gets a tap and it's... Ooh, and Wazza gets a bit sideways because Gunnar comes back on the track. This is great racing. We've got cars side by side nearly the whole way round. Look at them coming round this section now. But Evan looks like he has sorted his place out behind Hackett. The two Williams off to a flyer. We've got Wazza here in 6th, who has Nerdy, who's our pole sitter. And look, we've still got cars 2-3 wide as we're coming round to complete the lap. So what an opening lap. It's all been kept pretty clean, but look at this man at the front. Reliot sets the fastest lap. Of course he does. He's the first one over the track. Wazza gets past Evan. Reliot is away. He now needs to break that second gap to Chris because the DRS round here is massive. Massive advantage. And again, you can see just down the hill there's a couple of people side by side. So let's see if we can catch some of that. I think it's Nellboy looking at Nerdy, who makes his way around the front of Evan. So Evan's just had a bit of a poor corner 3 there as Nell is trying to squeeze Brandon out, stop him from the overtake. Brandon tucks back in and he decides not to make a move as the two Aston Martins are having a bit of a scuffle there. Ill Vision down in 11th place, trying to make his way past his temporary teammate as he has a look at Nell and he's round and there's an accident and we're on board and people can't avoid it. There's a virtual safety car already and that might be XV beached. No, he gets out of it. And there was a car that is out. It's Bob spun. Wow. Some of these timings are a bit messed up if you look at Wazza and Nerdy. So we're just going to ignore that. Here you go. They're fixing themselves. There we go. We're all good. Lacatsis is in the pits. There was a few people that had an accident there. So I'm sure we'll see more than that in the pits. We've got a Red Bull coming in. It's Bog. I think that was a place where you shouldn't stick your nose in because you stick your nose in, you get bitten. And yeah, he got bitten by a Bog, I think it was. Not Bog's fault in any way, shape or form. I just don't think you put your nose in there. I think needed to be a bit more patient there. The straights will come in. There's plenty of straights down here. Open your DRS, get round that way. But I wouldn't be surprised if this virtual safety car is about to end. And if it is, I think Reliot needs to push on that delta because he wants to keep as much of that gap as possible because the DRS is not far from being turned on, but Chris is all over the back of him. It makes me think that Reliot maybe is leaving a bit of a gap to that virtual safety car. And here we go, DRS is enabled, so Chris is going to have a pop at him now. He's on the medium tyres though, Reliot's on the soft, so Chris is getting closer and into turn 1, he's going to have the lead. He's rounding with the DRS already, but that should... Does it give Elliott the DRS back? It does. And there is another DRS line coming up as XV puts in the fastest lap. There's another DRS line coming up here. And that's now going to give Chris DRS, I believe. Does his wing open? It does. So he's going to get another attack at Reliot now. So you really, and look at that, it's just the overspeed is silly really. Reliot on the outside, he might lose 2 places here. I think Jordan's having a look to take advantage and he does, but I'll tell you what, if Reliot's sensible and he makes the overtake on the straight that he's just been overtaken on, that's where the third DRS zone is. And that's where you want to do it, so you can try and pull away in the second sector. But anyway, this is going to be an interesting battle up front. We've got Wazza and Hackett, look like they're pretty close, with Nerdy just behind as well. So need to keep an eye on a couple of these packs really. There's some good fighting going on. As Jordan now puts in the fastest lap in 2nd place and closing in on Chris with the DRS. He's backing out, so he's doing what I thought that Reliot probably should have done in the last lap, and I'm going to jump to him because they're now side by side and Jordan actually does take the lead, which I think then now gives Chris back the DRS. But he's not got a very good exit. It does give him it back, but this is what Jordan needed, so don't listen to me. Get the overtake done and hope they can't keep up, and Jordan's got 2 tenths to find. And if he can find those 2 tenths, he'll have no DRS activated behind him, which is perfect. And he can then just starts to drive away. He's doing all he can by chucking in some purple sectors, but yeah, Chris is just keeping enough contact. Relliot's got to make sure he doesn't drop out of a second. Oh, and he just has. I think Relliot could be out of DRS here. He is. Oof, that's going to be tough to try and catch the back of them, especially since the two of them. Jordan's going to be pulling Chris along now with the DRS, and Relliot's got nothing in answer to it. So Relliot could end up in no man's land here, but let's have a look further back. You can see that just in the distance we've got Brandon and Evan fighting. They're side by side. Evan just got his nose in front, but Brandon's entitled to the inside line. They leave each other space, and Brandon gets a better exit. They should both get DRS because they've got cars in front of them. But will Evan have another attack down the hill? I think he is. He's side by side with him. Brandon leaves enough space. Good driving from these two. And you've got, just further up the road, you've got, that's a rubbish camera angle. You've got Wazza and Nerdy going at it, and the rain is coming. Here it is, ready to spice your day up a bit. And maybe that's why Relliot decided softs. But you can see how much the DRS does round here. Look, he's already 2.5 seconds out from Chris because Jordan's just pulling him along. Evan and Hackett going at it, and we've got cars coming in. This is a bit early for Inters, in my opinion. And this makes me think that the people that went out on softs had the right idea, because now you can last a little bit longer. But here we go, Nailboy putting some pressure on Evan. So I think the track is getting wet quite quickly. Jordan has been overtaken by Chris quite easily, but I wonder if Chris overshot the corner because he's letting back through there. So good driving from him if that's what's happened. And yeah, half the field have pitted, and they're going on Inters. And to be fair, the track looks very wet. So Nerdy is the guy to keep an eye on because he was the first in that train to come in and get the Inters. Whoa, as Chris loses it. Oh, the track, you can just see it's got to be in. I think that tells you it's into. Oh no, he's beached himself. Oh no, he's beached himself. Oh, he's got off it. Good work, Chris. Good work. And Reddit is coming in. So this is now all about. Let's watch Nerdy then, because look, they are coming round to the pit entrance already, and they're not even in their boxes. I think this is going to be easy. I think Nerdy's going to take the lead of the race again from good strategy calls. Here he comes, round onto the pit straight. There are some cars at the front of this now moving, so I think Jordan is going to just get out. Look, you can see him on the right hand side. He's going to come out just in front, but Nerdy has drawn him right in. Remember, he wasn't right up behind Jordan at the time, so yeah, good decision from Nerdy. And look at this, it's brought Brandon and Ill Vision up into 4th and 5th. Relliot has lost out there into 6th. Wazza 7th, Lacatsis in 8th, he's made places. Evan in 9th, he's dropped places. And I think Nelboy's dropped a couple of places. And little Mikey finds himself out the top 10, along with Guna, who we saw had a bit of an incident, and Chris, we were on board with, had a little spin earlier on, finds himself near the back of the field. So Relliot and Hackett look like the two closest people on track to overtaking, and Relliot has the championship leader in front of him. What are these camera angles all about? Come on, boys. Give me a better angle. But Relliot now starting to drop back, so let's have a look and see if Hackett can put some pressure on Nerdy. Bobspun leaves the session. Can Nerdy hack the pressure? No pun intended. Been a pretty sensible race so far. The driving that I've seen has been clean. Hackett on the brakes quite early, but doesn't want to lock up really. And look who he's got for company, Brandon, not going away. What he needs though is Ill Vision to disappear. Or at least have Elliott put some pressure on him. And he's there or thereabouts. But I tell you who is looking really strong, and that's Jordan out in front. 3-second gap to Nerdy. Looking really comfortable in these conditions. So I wonder if he had the wet setup. Nerdy, although it's still doing a brilliant job. He got pole here. Found himself back in sort of 6th or 7th place off the line. And with a good strategy call, finds his way back up in 2nd. So he'll still be very, very happy with this current situation, as he actually finds 4/10ths on Jordan in that last sector. And it looks like most of the drivers are settling down into this race now and trying to take some laps off the board. We're trying to attack the race in the later stages. We've got 26 laps to go. Quite short laps around here though, only a minute long. So just while we watch, we'll stay on board with Nerdy, but I'll give you an update on the standings. There's not a huge amount going on right now. I'll try and keep my eye on the timings while I do this. Yep, still no one particularly close to someone. So we've got Ill Vision, as I said, he's winning the championship and he's doing that quite comfortably. 61 points ahead. Sorry, 61 points, and he's ahead of Nailboy, who's on 38. So what's that, 23 points? So it's a big gap for this stage of the season, but that, you know, that can easily disappear. He's got to make sure that he's in the top 5, and he is top 5 right now. Just to keep the points ticking over, really. And you know, when you've got Nailboy and Brandon is just in front of him, that is pretty good damage limitation, I'd say. Brandon is in 3rd with 37, so not many points behind, just 1 point behind Nell. Jordan in 4th, who's currently winning, so might actually end up going into 2nd with a win here today. He's on 31 points. Little Mikey in 5th, and struggling today. He's in 12th. He's got 30 points. Gooner in 6th. Then we've got it says Busby Bridden here, but is that Chris? I think it is. And then we've got Hayward, XV, Hackett, Lacatsis, Diego, and then Nerdy. Nerdy's got 4 points to his name, so this could significantly increase his tally. But anyway, Ill Vision really in charge of the drivers' championship. Brandon is sort of in no man's land here, and Ill Vision has got a massive train of cars behind him, so struggling in the rain. And Brandon will be hoping that they can really attack him, as we've got yellow flag. It's an Alpine and it's in sector 2. It's Reeds. And here comes Elliott. Makes the overtake nice and easily before the corner. So Ill Vision is moving backwards. He's got Wazza right behind him for company now as well. And will he be able to attack downhill? And Reeps is retired. Where was he? No idea. Don't know if he went in the pits. He's retired from the race. Wazza getting a little close to Ill Vision there, but no hit. And whoa, really slow out of the corner. What's going on? Wazza's got way more grip. And the Catsis is in the bin. And that is going to be a safety car. Here comes the safety car. So Jordan cannot pit. I don't think anyone really is likely to pit. Too long left. Someone might gamble for new inters to see if they can get to the end, but probably not a lot of point right now. And the Catsis went off around here somewhere. Can't see it though. But then Bog, who's at the back of the field currently. So yeah, let's have a look at the penalties whilst we've got a moment. So Chris, Sunken Shadow, Berserk and Bog. Bog's got a 5 second. been speeding in the pits. Everyone else with a 3-second track limits, and to be fair, the drivers have done well not to get more track limits. It is pretty tough round it. There's sunken shadow. Oh, that's because Chris is in the pits, that's why. So let's look at the movers and shakers. Jordan up 3, Nerdy down 1, Hackett up 4, Brandon up 7, Reddit down 3, Ill Vision up 4, Wazza up 2, Evan down 3, Melboy up 1, XV into the top 10 up 4, Guna struggling down 5, and Chris is also the big loser down 12. We were with him, lucky not to get beached and get disqualified. So it's been a good race so far. Seen some really good action, people being quite close together and making sure that they give each other space. It's a great division this, love watching them. Always excitement. I think we're going to see one more lap of the safety car. The rain's still falling steadily, so probably going to be into for the rest of the race. So safety car's on its way in. We're halfway, just under halfway of the race, and Jordan's gone, and Nerdy's not expecting that, I'll tell you that. But everyone else has followed him. There's a bit of a gap behind Brandon, really caught napping a little bit. But Jordan is gone. And Nerdy has actually pulled out a big gap on Hackett as well, so All pretty safe. Ill Vision looking to try and attack Reliant. Brandon looks like he's ever closer to Hackett. Oh, he took a look and barged him off. Yeah, he's let him back through, to be fair to him. It looked like a bit of a late one. As Hackett lets him through, and Reliant's done both of them. And Hackett comes back through. So Brandon, what's going on with Brandon there? Oh, and Reliant's run wide and Hackett gets through. And Brandon gets back through. So, as you were. Brilliant. That's how we started the lap. Probably how we're going to finish it. But Hackett picks up a 3-second pen. I'm assuming for getting pushed wide. Wazza all over the back of Ill Vision. In that second sector, he's been so much quicker. And look, Wazza is having a go at him. And he's got the inside line. This should be move complete because Ill Vision cannot turn into the corner with Wazza there. So, yeah, Wazza takes the position. And Ill Vision down to 7th, losing places. Not what he needs for his championship dreams. But he's going to try and come back up Wazza. Wazza's going to have just enough into the first corner. And he's got a slipstream of those in front. So, should be pretty well protected. Is Ill Vision going to make a move? Not here, he's not. I'm just trying to keep an eye on those couple of cars ahead as well. They make their way up the hill. Schooner gets past XV and Nellboy. Oh, double move by the look of it. Must have been some problems into turn 2 again. Is it turn 2 or is it technically 3, I think? So the guys at the front are certainly spreading out. Jordan 2 seconds clear and Hackett has dropped 2 seconds back from Nerdy. Brandon still 8 tenths behind but not close enough. And this is the group we're watching now. Brandon at the front of it. Ready at 4 tenths behind. Wazza 5 tenths behind. So it's just a bit of a train really. All the way back to Evan, and Guna is going to want to join it. And those guys at the top, we'll have Guna, Nellboy and Mikey company very soon, who are all quick in their own right, and Chris as well to include in that. He's been up there. He just had a bit of a spin. Nellboy maybe struggling out of turn 1 a little bit, but now he's catching Guna again. So we're on board with Relia. As they make their way up the hill yet again. And tell you what, he's looking a little bit closer to Brandon, but doesn't want to. Oh, and Brandon gets a bit wide. Is Reliant going to be able to take advantage of that? He's on the power a bit earlier, but I think Brandon's going to have the inside line. Reliant is probably just slightly ahead. Is Brandon going to concede it? You know, he's still in there, but Reliant now gets better drive out of the corner, and Reliant makes a nice move. Moves himself up into 4th place. We've got yellow flags and a safety car again. Sunken Shadow this time. God, well off track. Not sure that needed a safety car, but anyway, Jordan has come in. They're all coming in. Who's going to be the one? Yeah, Reddit stays out. I don't blame him. Take some track position. A lot of people in. So they want to get the new inters on and go to the end. Whereas there's a few that just want track position, but... Oh, and who's this? That Wazza getting rid of a penalty. Or was it just a bit of a delay in the game, maybe? So, a big shuffle then. Relia out in front, Brandon in 2nd, Guna 3rd, Nellboy 4th, Mikey 5th, Chris in 6th. Jordan, who's led for a long time, is now on fresh inters in 7th, Berserk in 8th, Bog in 9th, Nerdy in 10th. So not too much to see whilst we're under safety car conditions. They're going to have at least one more lap, I think. And we should be able to get racing again. Yep, safety car is in this lap. So Reliant is going to lead us off under the safety car. When's he going to go? That's the big question. He's not gone yet. He's got 2 more corners to do. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes about now. Nope, he's going to prove me wrong. He wants to get around the corner and then boot it, I think. Yep, here he goes. Chris has gone in the pits. It's a bit of a strange time to go. But Reliant is away. Brandon is just 3/10 back. Gunnar 3/10 back from him. So not too many movers off the line from the safety car. But Mikey is under a lot of pressure from Jordan on those fresh inters. He throws it at the inside. Mikey was a little bit early on the brakes. Oh, he's tapped now. Oh, and there's going to be some carnage behind. And how's the Red Bull managed to find his way through there? I think that's Bog. Good manoeuvre from Bog. It was the only place he could go without getting hit, and he managed to thread the needle. So good work from him. So ill vision now out of the top 10. Chris finds his way down the back again, but that's because he pitted. We've got yellows, but no safety car. His first lap, Waz is out. What's happened to him? Oh, look, they've tangled. Who's that? Evan and Wazza. Oh dear, I'm not sure what happened there, but we must be. Ah, it's another full safety car. And look at that, we've got the 2 Alpha Tauris up top. Not sure what happened to Brandon then, but there was a big old mess at turn 3. So we've got another couple of laps behind the safety car. So we've got Reliant out in the lead. Don't know if the safety car will come in right now with that Ferrari out back. I think it might go round once more. You see him in the distance going through turn 3. I think he's too far back really. I don't think they'll start with him that far back. So the two AlphaTauris at the front, Reliant and Guna. Reliant hasn't pitted. I don't know if Guna did or not. Brandon in third, Jordan fourth, Bog in fifth, who managed to filter his way through the carnage that was happening at turn 3, which caused the original safety car. Nerdy in sixth, who's had a good race. Sunken Shadows found her way up to 7th place. Ill Vision 8th, so makes it back into the top 10. Hackett 9th, I think Nellboy had to pit, must have had some damage. Chris in 11th, Lil Mikey 12th, Berserk 13th, XV 14th, Evan 15th, and he is the man we're waiting to catch the safety car in a few more minutes, and then we will we'll get racing. The safety car is about to come in. And will Reliant decide to go a little bit earlier? So he's weaving, trying to warm his tyres up. Stick on board with him so we can see when he goes. His brother, with a bit of defence for him behind, comes out the final corner and away he goes. And Guna could be in trouble to Brandon here. No, he's got just enough. Jordan might actually be in trouble from... Jordan might be about to make a move on Brandon. He gives him a bit of a tap. Makes it round the outside, gets better traction, and he's through on Brandon. And we know Jordan's been quick here today, so the two at the front you'd imagine are going to come under some sort of pressure, but we've got some more action going on a little bit further down the field as we've got Bog and Nerdy at it. Nerdy trying to go down the inside, but Bog keeps the outside line and Nerdy tucks back in. So let's see if he's going to go for another attack down the hill. Backs out of it, sides against it. As you can see, Guna has been overtaken by Jordan. So Jordan has been quick. I don't think it's going to be long before Reliant is caught. All over the back of them now, but it looks like Reliant again has just got away. It seems to have some really good power in the exits to the corners, especially down the straights. I wonder if he's running a bit more of a dry setup, which is why he's just starting to pull away a little bit. Bog and Nerdy are at it again. Bog looks like he's off the track. Brandon gets a penalty, and there's someone trying to squeeze down the middle there. That's Ill Vision. He gets down the outside of Bog. It's going to become the inside, sorry. And he's having a look at Nerdy straight away. So 2 overtakes in 1. There's a little bunch of cars behind, but there's been some knock-in by the look of it. Bog took a bit of a tap there on Ill Vision. And now look at that behind Bog. Chris. Oh, Chris is going down the inside of him. He's on full wets. Is that what people pitted for? I never saw that. Yeah, there's a couple on full wets. Chris, Nell and Mikey. He's just trying to make his way past Bog, and he's managed to force Bog into a mistake. But look, that's going to cause carnage behind. He's got cars queuing up. But Chris and Nell make their way through. Little Mikey's also made his way through. Bog is looking like he's moving backwards a little bit now. He's got Hackett for company, who's looking down the inside. Oh, and I think he just avoids him. He's then got XV right behind him. But Jordan pulling away at the front, 2 seconds ahead. Gunnar is keeping in touch with his teammate and brother, Elliot, but not enough to make a move. But Mikey throws it down the inside of Nellboy there. So he's up into 8th after a slow start as Hackett now gets past Bog. And look, he might even get 2, he might get his teammate as well. I'm not sure those full wets were the right call, to be honest. They don't seem any quicker than the Inters. And if anything, I think the Inters are a little bit quicker, but I don't know, the corners, maybe they're getting better traction around the corners. But the exits certainly looks like it's in the favour of the Inter runners. But they're side by side. Can't get the best camera angle here. But Hackett is going to get the line, and he eventually keeps the place, and Nellboy will have to tuck in behind. So the 2 Red Bulls, 10th and 11th, and this is probably the closest race on track. We've got Reliot, who is 3.5 seconds back now from Jordan, so looking like they will have to settle for a podium. But look at Ill Vision, he's suddenly found some pace, and he's back behind Brandon. I wonder if the new tyres are what's helping him, but he's all over the back of Brandon. He's probably going to be making a move here into turn 3. We've seen a lot of chaos here, and Brandon might be trying to do the switch right, but Ill Vision has gone too far. He's hit Gunnar, and it's then caused Brandon to hit him. So he's gone way too deep. Gunnar survives it. Brandon gets back past, but there's still a fight going on here. Ill Vision down the hill, but Brandon's going to have the inside line. Covers him off. But Ill Vision gets the switch back, and he looks like he's made his way back through again. And Nerdy's trying to sniff around just behind that battle. Maybe watch it from his point of view. Not quite close enough right now, so he'll have to look down the straights to see if he can make a move. Gunnar's ever closer to his brother, who seems to be dropping even further back from the race leader. Nellboy is in the pits, maybe he's dumping those full wets, but probably a bit late to be doing that now. Yeah, Reliot has been overtaken by his brother down the straight. Is Reliot going to come back at him? What's the team orders like? And he's got Ill Vision for company now, who we know is not scared, but Gunnar's gone off. He's run wide and Reliot's back through. So the 2 AlphaTauris together, but Ill Vision is probably going to be a beneficiary of that, as Gunnar is going to have the outside line. But he's just ahead again, so he's just done enough to creep back in to be ahead round that corner. But again, he's run a little bit wide, and Ill Vision's having a look, and Brandon's having a look at Gunnar as well. So Gunnar could be losing 2 places in 1 or 2 corners here, and he has. He's just trying to keep his nose into the inside. Brandon has a little slip, but still just ahead. But Gunnar again is going to get the inside line. But now it's going to come back to Brandon, and I think he's going to make the move. But look, he's under pressure from Nerdy now. So Gunnar's moving forward again. Can't keep up with it. The camera angles aren't the best either. So Brandon is now back behind Gunnar. So what went from looking like a bad corner, I mean, he still looks like Brandon. Oh, he's just avoided contact with the wall, but that's going to put him nearly out of the points positions. We're 3 wide here. Gunnar, Nerdy and Hackett. But Gunnar, oh, and he's run wide because he thought Nerdy was in there. And that's put Nerdy and Hackett through. There's still things to sort out here with Brandon back through on Gunnar. But he's in trouble from Chris who's overtaken him, and it looks like Gunnar is chucking it down the inside. He's gone way too deep. He's hit Hackett and it's caused a mess. Oh dear, Gunnar has just completely missed his braking point, and look at Bog picking up places. Yeah, again, is that going to be a safety car? I don't think so. These guys at the front will certainly be hoping not, but ill vision, it's all falling into his hands. He's on the podium with his title contenders nowhere near him. Probably Jordan now would actually become his next title contender. And he's got a second and a half to find Reliant to see if he can just gain those few more points. But Nerdy, look at this, pushing for a podium. He's gaining on ill vision. He's had a solid race, just tried to keep out of trouble. I mean, he's had a few bumps and scrapes along the way. But look, Bog putting pressure on Chris. Come alive in these last couple of laps. He's got XV all over the back of him. Oh, gives him a nudge. Bog has to correct it, and we have the Williams of Hackett off in sector 3. Don't think he's out though. Here comes Bog down the straight. Got better straight line speed. He's got a bit of slipstream, but he's not going to be close enough, I don't think. Might have to have a look at it down the next straight. Nerdy still 8 tenths back from ill vision. Oh, and look, Chris has run wide. It's going to give Bog an opportunity up the hill, and he's going to make his way through. Chris comes back onto the track. He's got XV behind him. He's now going to be under some pressure. And he's got the 2 Ferraris behind him. So as XV decides to take the outside line, as Chris goes a bit deep, just misses Bog there, but he's lost a place. Is he going to lose any more to the Ferraris? I don't think so. Oh yeah, he's going to lose 1, look. As Berserk makes his way through. Chris having a bit of a scrappy race. But Nerdy, look at him, he's all over the back of ill vision now. So ill vision does not want to be moving backwards here, but Nerdy, I know him, he will not chuck that down the inside there. He's going to wait for the straights. Needs to get the exit right, but ill vision, again, looks like he's struggling. I wonder if he's just overheating the tyres maybe, or... Not too sure, but he's struggling. Seems to be struggling after a long stint on these wet weather tyres, but here comes Nerdy then. Oh, and he just gets a little bit of a snap. It puts him away from him, so he's not going to make the move right now. We're going back to XV, who's got Bog in front of him. He's got a queue of Ferraris behind him, with Chris sandwiched in the middle of them. Gunnar's in the pit, so it's gone from good to not so great for him. And he's got Brandon down at the back of the field, so yeah, not Gunnar's finest hour. But here comes XV on Bog. Oh, and he went for it, pulled out of it, and saw it was still there, and went. And then Bog wasn't expecting him to be there, and yeah, they've come out of it unscathed. But look at Nerdy in this second sector; it's just so much quicker. I think down the straights, he must be running a lot more wing, which is why he's so close in these second sectors. You can see how much more. Oh, as ill vision runs wide, and Nerdy wants to take advantage of it. Couldn't, gives him a bit of a tap. He lets him come back on. He's not going to overtake him like that, but now tuck him behind. Maybe you can do it into turn 1. No, I think he's going to be fair and let him keep the place. Gets good traction out of here, and then maybe you can get him down the straights, but nothing doing for him just yet. He just needs to tuck him behind him and take the slipstream. But he's doing a lot to make his car as big as possible in that in the mirrors. As Nerdy's through, because ill vision has made a mistake. He saw him run wide there. So Nerdy up into the podium in Division 3 for the first time. Can he really accelerate his points? He's pulled away, and you know he's strong through the sector of the track. So we won't watch him do it, but let's keep an eye on his time. We've got some battles going on further back. Berserk being at the back of this queue in front of Bog. In front of him is Bog, and you can see that Nerdy's pulled a second through sector 2, so he is obviously quick through there in comparison. Let's have a look at these penalties. They're going to start coming into play. Most of them on 3 seconds. Evan will lose out as it stands with 6 seconds, but the whole back of the field are on 6. So Chris is probably the only person that's going to gain out of all of that. And XV, unless he thinks he can get past Bog and 3 seconds down the road, might as well stick with where he is. But Berserk just... Oh, and look at that. That's let Nellboy straight through. One mistake round here, and you seem to get really punished for it. Nerdy keeps a second gap to his to Ill Vision, who again can't be too disappointed. A lot of his rivals are not making much headway, and Chris is out. He's DNF'd it out of turn 1. Please don't be another safety car. I don't think it can be, but look at, is that XV taken to the dirt road? He did a gooner, but luckily he didn't cause any damage. It makes means Nellboy's through on his teammate, and now Bog has got some breathing room behind him, and XV now finds himself behind Berserk. But as it stands, Bog will jump back in front of Nell, so he either needs to clear some room for his teammate if that's the team order. But he's all over the back of little Mikey, who's on those full wet tyres, and that looked easy pickings for Nell. So yeah, he needs to get off down the road and find 3 seconds just to negate the time penalty he's got, but don't pick up another 3 doing it. Is the ideal situation. He's already gained a 1.5 seconds, so he should be able to do that. And these guys have got 2 laps left. Nerdy is all over the back of Reliot, so he wants more. He's not done yet. And he has been quick here today, and he's got his strategies right, and he deserves something from this. Now he's got to go and put Reliot under pressure for 2nd place on the grid. Reliot 14 seconds back. Jordan's absolutely dominated. Deserves to be out there, to be fair. Every incident there's been, I mean, he's had to come in and pit, but he finds his way back to the front. XV now on 8 seconds of Pens. Shunkin Shadow on 12. So yeah, that middle of the pack's going to get a little bit shuffled, I think, by the end. And here comes Nerdy with one more lap to try and find his place find himself in 2nd, but Bog is also putting some pressure on Mikey. Those full wet tyres are obviously not working anymore. You can see that Nell has opened up the gap. He just needs a little bit more. No, he doesn't, sorry. It's 5 seconds away from him, isn't it? As Reliot tries to break the slipstream. Is Nerdy going to be brave here and try and take some extra points, or is he just going to be happy with his podium? I imagine he will settle for what he's got. No need to do anything silly. To get a podium in your first season in the tier above, you've got to be very, very happy with that. Bog, look at Bog putting some pressure on Mikey. Is he going to have a go at him down into turn 3? No, he's going to wait. Can he get a good exit? I mean, he's got these guys. Oh, and he's got a Ferrari going down the inside in there. Didn't even see Berserk there. But that's not a problem for Bog. He will get back in front because of the penalty, so he's just not going to do anything silly. He's sensible enough to know. But Berserk is probably going to try and make a move on Mikey, and to be honest, it's not going to gain you anything because I doubt you're going to get 6 seconds, but he gives Mikey a tap, and Mikey has to yield the place, I think. Is that going to let Bog through? It's not. And Bog's just going to be sensible about this as Mikey gets a bit of a snap, and I think Bog is now going to take the advantage. He is, and he gets some good drive there and gets through. And Jordan is your race winner. Sorry, I missed him coming over the line. He came over a long time ago. Reliot in 2nd and Nerdy in 3rd. Congratulations on your podium. Ill Vision comes 4th. Good recovery. And Nellboy with an epic recovery into 5th. And his Red Bull teammate in 6th, picking up the pieces into the safety cars. Little Mikey in 7th, Berserk in 8th, Evan in 9th, XV in 10th, Brandon out of the points, that's huge, 2 weeks in a row no points, Hackett in 12th, Sunken Shadow in 13th, Guna after a mare of a turn 3, comes home, again no points in 13th, and then quite a few drivers that DNF'd. Ill Vision, given driver of the day, I'm going to give it to Nerdy, I think, for his pole position and for his fight back through the field. I think, to be fair, you could argue that you could give it to Jordan for the win, but yeah, he seemed really comfortable, to be honest, the whole race, which, yeah, again, could be an argument to get it, but I'm going to give it to Nerdy for his first Division 3 race, gets his podium, gets his pole, but big congratulations to him, Reliot and Jordan Jordan for the win, Relly at second, and then Nerdy in third. So what a race. Jordan, Relliot, Nerdy, then you've got Ill Vision, Boy Bog, Mikey, Berserk, Evan, and then XV making up your points places. Brandon, Hackett, Guna, and Sunken Shadow. Chris 3 laps down. Then you've got Wazza, Lakatsis, Reaps, and Bob Spun, who did not make it to the end. Good race. Look forward to seeing you again next week. The rain kept us entertained. But yeah, we'll see you soon.